In this episode,
You, madman, have been walking around in your full kit. You shot yesterday in that full kit, and then you walked around all day today. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm mentally retarded.
You went hard R.
Yeah, hard R.
in an obtuse world, Mark and Jefe will combine military, law enforcement, and general FUD knowledge to keep you vertical. Welcome to the Live, Laugh, Larp podcast.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for swinging by. I sure do appreciate it. Welcome to another edition of the Live, Laugh, LARP podcast. I'm going to have a whole bunch of background noise because we are recording live. Well, it's not live to you guys, but it's live to me at Kalashbash. This is going to be our Kalashbash special, and we are going to have just whoever wants to come by and talk into my can about whatever they want to talk about their experience with Kalashbash, talk about competition, the vendors and stuff that's out here, all of that type of stuff in this episode. But before we get into that, we have to say just a moment of, I guess like a prayer. Is that what we're going to say? For Jefe. Jefe's not here at Kalashbash, so once again, I'm kind of doing this solo, but we have a returning guest. You guys know freaking AK Quality Enforcement. He was on a few episodes ago. He is here at Kalashbash, so he's going to be jumping on the mic here in just a second. But before we get into any of that, I have to say a huge thank you to Atero Arms. They are sponsoring this podcast, and in addition to that, they have also came out to Kalashbash, so I finally get to meet all the guys with Atero Arms at Kalashbash face to face. And the cool thing about it is the first thing I asked was, where is the J-frame mount? And he started rummaging around trying to find it for me. It was hilarious. So the guys over at Atero, thanks again so much. I ran Kalashbash with my M90. It's got the Atero Arms mount on it with the Siley Bull Pro, and that thing was rock solid. I couldn't have asked for a better setup for the optics on that rifle. I think I did pretty well. I'm pretty sure I broke the top 100, but results will come out tomorrow as I'm recording this, and we shall see. It's a little windy. We're probably going to have some background music happening because the tribute bands are going to be kicking up here in just a little bit. But as people are filtering back to the campsite from shooting and the vendors and stuff like that, we're going to pull some people in. Like I mentioned, got AK Quality Enforcement here with me. I also got my partner in crime, Doug. He is camping next to me with his lovely lady of his. And, so we're going to just chit-chat a little bit. And here is AK Quality Enforcement. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? You have to speak directly, like, in the front of the mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just put put it like the mouth like it's a cock.
Yeah. So, how has it been for you?
Well, Jeff's not here, so we got to talk about glizzies or cocks.
Yeah, I tried to get you to buy a glizzy here just a little bit ago.
Yeah, in remembrance of Jeff. I'm very
right?
sad about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to pour out one for Jeff right here. So there we go.
I can confirm it is on the ground.
It is on the ground. So I brewed some tea over here, and I ended up with some vodka. I threw some vodka in it too. So there's that.
Oh, that's delicious.
You, madman, have been walking around in your full kit. You shot yesterday in that full kit, and then you walked around all day today. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm mentally retarded.
You went hard R.
Yeah, hard R. So I shot the armor division, and so Friday was an all-day shoot. So literally, I think it was 7:30 to, I think we didn't finish up to 5.
Yeah, it was close to 5.
And running a whole bean kit, and had 240 rounds across my chest, all in mags. Also had ESAPs front and back. That, I think the whole setup was like 75 pounds.
Yeah,
because I even had the bedroll on my back.
And then you had the Kevlar too.
The Kevlar inserts.
Yeah.
I had a 6B47, which is the actual Russian helmet.
Yeah.
With the head, the ear gear, the GSHs, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Had all that stuff, and then so my idea was like, I'm gonna wear it. I'm not gonna win Team LARP or anything, so I'm just gonna wear it for the day. And then I got here this morning, and Hub City was like, you have to go get kitted up again. I was like, but I don't want to. And he's
Yeah.
like, but you do.
Yeah, yes, you do.
So I drove 20 minutes back to Airbnb, kitted up again, and came back out here without the plates and mags. So it really wasn't that bad. It's just it was just kind of hot. It felt better when the wind started picking up, though.
Yeah. Well, one of the cool things, I've mentioned it already to you guys, but I'll talk about it in the podcast right here, was I was walking around after I left the machine gun shoot where you were standing, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is a helicopter taking off in right behind us.
We find the best place to do these
The
things.
best place, right? But anyway, I'm walking from the machine gun shoot to go use the restroom, and then I was like, oh, I need to get something to eat too. And as I'm walking by, resilient suppressors, these dudes come walking up, and they're like, hey, man, it's so good to see you. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I heard you want a Putnik. And I was like, yeah, I totally want a Putnik. He's like, as soon as I get back, man, I'll send you a note, and I'll send you one. And I was like, whoa. How does that work? He's like, I just need your FFL information. You freaking try it out, test it out, and then freaking if it works well and it works good, man, freaking then you can just send it back, get some content, and that's going to be freaking, I think that's going to be really, really cool. So
Yeah, hell yeah. I really like the Putnik. Like,
and from what Clay has said, man, it's really freaking like a recoil neutralizer on that Riley Defense crank.
yeah,
whatever.
so that Riley Defense, I really like it as well. We had that little issue with the bolt. But
Right, it's not that big of a thing.
No.
Freaking Ramsey, he really dove down into the autism level specs of why we're seeing that and
Yeah.
what's going to happen from here. So
Yeah, so but I actually got mine back. He's got a new bolt in it. I hadn't really got a lot of rounds through it yet to try it, but I did put the Putnik on it, and Clay was like, dude, with the 4-piece on it, super overgassed, heavy recoil. You put the Putnik on it, and it was just like, it's so much better.
You know,
and this is a flow through. Like when I had that range day, and I put the Putnik that Top Gun range had on the Volk from Meridian.
Yeah,
that was a 7.62 gun, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like it was really nice. I think it's not as heavy as it looks.
Yeah. No, it's really not.
It's really not as heavy as it looks, and it fits good, and it's got good flow through the can. I tried it on so I was actually going to run it yesterday, but I didn't. It was a little louder with 5.56 on that 12.5-inch barrel on the Meridian.
Right.
So I ran the Ranger 7 with that tuned the gas block. So, but 7.62 gun, man, it's awesome.
I think Clay said he went head to head with the PSA crank and the Riley crank at a shoot just here recently, like last week, and he was able to beat the PSA by 10 seconds with the Riley Defense, and it was most of it was because of that Putnik.
Yeah, there's a little weight on the end of it too, because I mean it's a larger can, but I think that helps that recoil impulse.
Yeah, for sure. So
do we want to talk about PSA cranks?
Well, before we move on to cranks, back to Riley. Did you know that Riley's they've got to change that 4-piece?
The 4-piece. Oh yeah. So we can talk about that. Yeah. They received a cease and desist. From Arsenal Inc. on that 4-piece. So they got to change the design. And what's funny is I'm pretty sure that they don't have any protections. Arsenal doesn't have any protections filed, patents nor protections of design, and they're still giving out these cease and desist they own it. But I mean, and like they said, they're not going to fight it because it's going to cost money. They can just change the design, like knurl it or something, just a little different.
Yeah. So we got homeboy over here. Come on over. Just say hi. I got a couple questions for you. So go ahead. Yeah, you almost got to like cup the balls when you're talking into it. But just introduce yourself.
My name is Camp.
Right.
Yep, Camp from I work at Sons of Liberty Gun Works.
Right on.
But that's about it about me.
Yeah. How many times have you been here?
This will be my third Kalashbash.
Third, yeah. So this is my third too. What has been your most memorable experience so far?
Oh man, shit. I think just talking to people really.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
getting to know people has been the main thing I think of taking away from Kalashbash.
Right. How would you describe the community while you're here?
So I've been to SHOT Show, right?
Right.
And it's, I guess the gun community sees that as like the big all, like end all be all type
right.
deal.
Yep.
To me, this is a lot more fun, a lot more. You meet more people that are actually in the community. You know,
right.
They don't just work for a company, or they're not just a sales guy, or they're not just a marketing team or whatever.
Right.
They're actually shooters. They build their guns. They go to every competition in their local.
Yeah.
Around them, you know.
Yeah, it's almost like when we say community, it ends up being community, you know, because you got one dude walking over here, he's in a freaking gorilla outfit. You got another dude riding a bike that looks like Pee Wee Herman, right? And we're all just having fun. And then on top of that, you've got guys that you see maybe once a year, and they're like, dude, come over here and shoot this rifle of mine real quick, man.
Yeah.
It's I've done this and
For
I've done
sure.
that, and you know, people like AK Mario has helped me pull this together, and I just want you to see what it's like. That's what I love about this. It's just like everybody wants to just include everybody, you know?
For sure. Yeah, I think I've met a couple people here that I've only seen at Kalashbash, and every time you happen to see them again at Kalashbash and run into them, it's like you just saw them, met them again.
Yeah.
And it goes back right to it. So
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a great time here.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you. I know you said you were like, I don't know, you know. Yeah. So we sure do appreciate it, man. And you got your Lone Star beer, so that's good. And we've got a technical malfunction here. AK Quality didn't sign off on the the quality of the clamp on my mic, so you're probably hearing some banging around with the but that's good to go. We'll swing it on over to Doug. Get the mic set up here. So,
what's going on, Mark?
What's going on, man? Freaking. So Doug has been part of our little like KB
I think
Instagram.
It
group.
started what, October 2021?
Yeah, I think so.
KB3.
Yeah. And we've just been chit-chatting back and forth, and then now we got hooked back up. Did we squad in 2021 together?
I squatted with Doc and then like a few other people, but I think it started when we came back and we started camping. And it was like me, Addison, Will, who's right next to us right now, and then I ended up meeting you and a few other guys. And then I think Matt, the 1776 3.0 or whatever, couldn't be here having two kids or something like that.
It's something about a concert somewhere or something.
Yeah, Toby Keith or something like that.
I don't know, whatever.
Cover band.
Cover band.
No, he didn't. He didn't. It wasn't Toby Keith.
I'm pretty sure he's not singing anymore.
Yeah. Neither is Kurt Cobain.
He painted his last picture just like a week ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago? 20 years ago. 30 years ago. It was 30 years ago.
No, it wasn't him. It was Courtney Love. Confirmed at KB 2069. But no, yeah, we formed that group, and then Matt made the group on Instagram, and it's just us. I mean, I'd say 60% of the people that are actually in the group are actually talking every day, and been coordinating with Mark for like the past 2 weeks on this, and thankfully I did. He was I know you're going to ask me my most memorable moment, and I think you already know what is my most memorable moment.
No.
First stage of the competition yesterday. Mark and I are getting ready. A bunch of other people have already shot, and then I finally get up there because I'm the last shooter of stage one. And Mark, why don't you go ahead and tell them what happened exactly, since you're the technical expert of this.
Oh, okay. So Doug gets up, and right before he walks up, he looks at me and he's like, "Bro, my trigger pin just came out," and I was like, "Oh man,
just push it back in."
Just push it back in. So he pushes it back in. And I was like, "You should be fine." And so he pushes it back in. He walks up. They said, shooter ready. They hit the buzzer, and he starts just freaking hammering these targets with this awesome crink that he's got. And
not a PSA, by the way.
No, not a PSA. No, it's like a true crink. And then he starts going down the line. He gets the first 7 targets. He starts going down the line, and then he gets to the second set of 7 targets. And the first one he shoots at freaking it freaking goes
Yeah,
select fire.
You heard that right, everybody. Going down that middle line, I get a little 2-round burst because the trigger pins popped out, and then I get to the last set, which is like 2 sides of a little blocking fence, and you're standing in a rectangle or a square or whatever, and like I get another off, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm just 2-tapping each one of these targets. I have to anyway, so I just make it a lot easier. And then I get to the other side, and it does it one more time, and then I get a double feed on the fucking last target. And I was like, yeah, I'm not clearing this. Call it. And I still think I had a better time than some of the other people.
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah, it was good.
I'd say that's my top memorable moment. But get to stage 2 or our stage. Stage.
It was stage 1, but stage 2 for us. Right?
Yeah, it was like 2, 3, 4, 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we get to the next stage and whip out my Gerber tactical knife, and Mark bends the spring back in and fixes it.
Yeah.
And the grunt runs like a dream the rest of the fucking day.
Yeah.
And just
it was really freaking
clean
cool.
house.
The cool thing about it was one of the reasons that we had an issue was the retaining bracket for the pins, the access pins, had come loose.
Yeah.
For however that happened, and then as we were trying to manipulate the trigger and get the access pins back in, it just felt like it was getting worse and worse and worse, right?
Yep.
And then
it's like the trigger went cockeyed halfway through. When I had that first it running down that line, it got cockeyed, but it's like I had to have a heavy pull on the trigger, and then it would work every time. Mm-hmm. It just had like a slight half a second delay.
Yeah. More
than what it normally is.
From there, once we figured out the bracket was out of place, then we saw the hammer spring was not sitting on the trigger ledge as it normally would, and so it was causing the trigger not to reset. And so, as you mentioned, we just freaking pulled out that Gerber, bent that, and made sure that it was on that ledge properly, and it was golden from there.
Shout out to the ranch ROs, the guys that actually work here, came up, is that a select fire gun? And our I guess local RO was like, oh no, it's just a malfunction.
Yeah, he was cool.
Completely, he's like, oh, get that under control.
Yeah.
But shout out to the ranch ROs, the real keepers of the peace out here. But and I know nobody else is gonna have a second memorable moment, but I'd say my second memorable moment is giving Mark a Silver Bear 545 that I never got back.
Yeah.
Right, Mark?
I ended up. I think that round ended up in in one of my magazines, and I'm pretty sure that's what contributed to my stuck casing on stage 8. I'm almost certain that it happened. But I was talking to somebody. Man, who was I talking about? And I was like, they're like, I don't think it would have fed correctly because the diameter on the case is bigger. And I'm like, is it though? I don't think it is.
Let's run it back and try it again here at camp live.
Just a freaking desk pop.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Got some wolf right here.
You go. But so it was the round that he had was Silver Bear. And then I was running Silver Bear all day.
Yeah, I was just showing him a way more cooler, expensive Silver Bear that's like 76 cents around. And he decided to try to shoot it in the stage because it didn't make him cooler.
I didn't decide to do that. It was an action that was inadvertently thrust upon me by someone confusing my ammo. It was me.
As
it was all
shouted,
me.
Kobe.
What was your favorite stage?
Probably the box stage. Well, no, I'd say the last one we were mag dumping over the barrels
through
because
the windows,
that was when I was running that Malat 45, and I didn't feel like loading another 45 round magazine, and that was the only mag with Silver Bear in it, and it was 45 rounds, and I was like, I'm gonna run this. I counted it up, and it was 37 rounds total is what you needed for if you hit all 5 of the steel targets at the end, and I ran that one mag, and it was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It was clean the entire time. Had no issues hitting the steel. But I guess the cleaner the stage, the more favorable you are of it.
Yeah, for sure. I really liked the triple tap.
Yeah, the box.
So that was stage 8, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So and then the box. Yeah. So the freaking
Sexually harassed there.
RSO, her name was Barbara.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she was trying to hit on every shooter that was walking by.
She knew we were all professionals.
Oh yeah, exactly. She's like, you will load in my box. You will unload in my box.
You will show clear in my box.
As many innuendos as she could fit in her box was.
You will indie in my box.
Yeah, it was.
I think somebody did.
I'm sure. But that was my favorite stage because you had that narrow path that you could get three targets.
You could cheat.
Yeah.
I took full advantage of that. But everybody was also. I think that was the same one. Everybody was trying to shoot the steel, or maybe that was a different one.
Well, I was trying to shoot.
It was like an L shape, and you can go around and you can have a better target.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I took the closer route. I mean, we're talking about like a 10-foot difference.
Yeah, but I figured I'd just go ahead and get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I was probably either A, going to try to shoot too fast at the steel at further ranges than I should, or B, I would forget them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought your favorite stage was the one with the shotgun.
We're not going to talk.
I'm bringing so many good moments. Hey, for everybody that shoots at KB, shoot on Friday. That's when all the fun stuff happens.
It does.
Not when you split it up into Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Like
There's
goofball.
too much shooting in one day. I don't know who says that.
At Aiden, what's his last name?
I'm horrendous.
I am horrendous. At him or whatever on Instagram and tell him it's not too much shooting in one day. It's just 8 stages.
Yeah,
Pussy.
So freaking 4 stages in the morning. Knock it out. Take a break for. I think they shut down for an hour.
Yeah, we walked like a mile to get to one of the two of the stages, and then we walked that mile back to.
I looked at my little fitness thing. I was surprised I didn't have more steps. I had 14,815 steps yesterday. So I was surprised that it would have been more, but it may not have tracked everything. So take that for what you will. But a good day. I think it's been improving each and every single time that they have it. They didn't have a 2023 because they were collabed with Sons of Liberty. Sons of Liberty Gunworks with what's it called?
A Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapons, yeah. Man, I don't know why I keep on forgetting that. Yeah, so they collabed last year with Lethal Weapons, which is a retro rifle competition, so that they could reset Kalashbash to happen in the spring. And I thought that was pretty cool because I can tell you
it's so much nicer right now.
It is so much nicer. It's windy today, but the temperatures are like maybe 80. Which is a lot better than 92 in October. It's ridiculous. So, but so it's a good time. Tonight we have the after party. We've got the bonfire coming. They have 2 live bands. One is a Slipknot cover band, and the other is a Rage Against the Machine cover band. So, yeah, it'll be a good time.
Do you want me to pass on the knowledge I learned today about the rifles that went down?
Yeah.
What? I'm not going to use names.
Okay.
Besides PSA, because it was them.
So I'm sure that there was a lot of rifles that went down during the match, but the word on the street is the PSA rifles that were being used for the shoot bays.
One of the shooting bays had 3 5.56 rifles go down, and I asked what rifles they were, and it turns out they were all PSA.
Yeah, so that'll make Matt happy.
Yeah, but this is the same Matt that had the PSA crank in his cart the other day when he was shopping online.
That's right, he did say that.
We do have proof of that.
Yeah, there is physical proof of that in our DMs. That's hilarious. I forgot all about that.
We'll be posting that. Unless he sends me $10,000.
Yeah. It's like ransomware.
Yeah. We're not deleting it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask you this. Who's your favorite vendor here?
Oh man, favorite vendor. There's a couple. I don't know if this is going to be kind of cliche or not, but Fleshlight.
That's a different event next week.
That's
here at the ranch.
Here at the ranch. I love JMac. The JMac guys are really cool. They spent how long with with AK Quality Enforcement talking about their stuff while you were videoing. They spent like freaking it was like 15 minutes just explaining all the new stuff that they had. I went over and saw Ramsey with Riley Defense, and we talked about, some of the stuff that I had in my video about the Riley Defense Crink, and he broke it all the way down and explained we went down into the minutia to talk about that stuff. And
Sherpa's here.
Oh yeah, there's the Sherpa.
I got a free ride on that thing today.
I guess it's called the Sherp.
Yeah, Sherp. Sherpa.
Yeah,
that's that fuzzy. Those are the fuzzy shirts,
jackets
that everybody gets for Christmas.
So, man, who else? Who was your favorite?
They couldn't be here, but it would be Arsenal because they always find the best guns in the back of their shop at the most promising times.
That's very true.
PSA come out with a crank. Guess what we found in the back of a shop?
Oh my goodness! It's like their warehouse is like that warehouse at the end scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
In the back of Arsenal's warehouse. On a shipment that just came. We can see the serial numbers and we know that they were dated 2015. You asshole. We're not that dumb.
Yeah.
Favorite vendor? Yeah, cliche. I'd say J-Mac. Mario.
Oh yeah. SOF Defense.
Talk to him today, and then I'd say Potovac, but I saw like one loader today, but that's just because of Andre.
Oh yeah,
Love me some Andre.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Oh, Sure Shot, man. Sure Shot. Yeah. Bandito Bill's here. They've got a new handguard / cover, dust cover.
I didn't see the Arctic white one. That was them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 20-round mag.
Yeah.
Oh, other big shout out. I hope they do come by later. Is Dead Air. That's also probably one of my favorite vendors because Mike actually remembered me.
Yeah. Mike Poppets. Yep. I saw him this morning at the registration
desk. They showed
me
that new the Mojave.
Mojave.
It's a new 9mm suppressor.
Oh, cool.
Super light. You can run it on on a gun.
On a gun.
No, you can run it. Sorry, I was interrupted rudely. Not by AK Quality Enforcement. But no, you can run it on a sub gun, or you can run it on a pistol. But it's super light. And I was like, do I need to get this and the Wolfman? And they're like, oh no, you can just get the Mojave,
yeah.
and you would be completely fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get that and try to get the Wolfman, or not the Wolfman, Wolverine. But I'm going to pass it back over to AK Quality Enforcement so he can tell you who his favorite vendor is that did not pay him discreetly under the table.
Man, I really don't know how to. There was so much cool stuff today.
Yeah.
Man, who would be my favorite vendor?
It's a Taro Arms.
I have to say, Resilient was really cool.
Yeah.
Resilient was really cool. They're super cool. I've met the owner today.
Yep.
Younger guy. I was surprised. Younger guy, and was super friendly.
Yep.
And was like, "Come check all our stuff." Just threw me on the PKM with the Butnick on it.
Yeah.
That was sick, man. Yeah. And we also got. We need to get the mic on over to AK Error Day. Error Day. Here he is.
Hey guys.
What's going on, man? Hey, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hey, I'm Corey. I'm local from Houston here at Kalashbash. Know these guys, AK Every Day on Instagram.
Absolutely. This is how many Kalashbashes for you?
All except the OG.
Oh,
so all except like the Kalashbash prologue where they weren't actually at this property.
Right.
But everyone since
that's cool.
Since 2020.
Yeah, I missed 2020. 21 was my first one. So, you shot today or yesterday?
I shot all day yesterday.
All day yesterday. That's right.
I shot with Jacob.
Yeah, that's right.
All day
freaking
yesterday.
Squad 7. I was trying to squad with you guys.
We were ratnicked up.
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah.
We both shot armor.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was armored division as well. Favorite stage?
Probably which one? The one, I guess the third one that we shot with all of the barriers. I typically like a USPSA style, just like a lot of moving side to side with a lot of barriers in front of you.
Absolutely.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man. Anything else you want to throw out into the ether?
No, it's cool. It's just it's good coming here every year. It's
Yeah.
like church. It's the highlight of a lot of our
Absolutely.
years for sure.
And then we're getting back together next month for KCON.
We are. We're both
Yeah,
going to be at
Kalashbash.
KCON at the same time.
Yeah. So have they done squads or stuff?
Yeah, they
People?
have.
Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I squatted or not. I have no idea. I should probably get
KCON's
on.
weird because you squad for Saturday and then you just kind of get moved to Sunday anyway.
Yeah. So I can only shoot Saturday, so I'll have to do that, and then I got to bail for family stuff. So
well, we'll see the rest of you guys at summer and maybe winter too. I really want to go to a winter.
I want to
one
do winter
also,
too.
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. So
Yep.
yeah, right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, Corey.
For sure.
We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, who we got next, Mark?
We got throw them on.
Okay, well, we got X-Tech Tactical.
Yeah,
that's what's on his shirt. I'm gonna.
No.
Yeah, there he is.
Guy.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw it on over to X-Tech Tactical guy.
Yep. We he got us hooked up with came by with some stickers yesterday, man. Some freaking slaps.
I stickered people.
Yeah.
It was
You'll have to be really close to the mic, almost
Okay.
freaking like put it in your mouth.
make this happen.
All right, so with X-Tech, what's your first name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. For everybody out there, tell us about X-Tech. What do we know? What do we need to know about them and why we should be using X-Tech products?
Absolutely. So from a Kalash lens, we saw a void in the world of U.S.-made AK mags you could rely on, and we saw more and more imports being blocked, and kind of the black market of Bakelights that formed,
Right.
and Circle 10 mags. So we took it on based on what was happening in the world of making the first U.S.-made AK mag that actually meets standard military drop tests.
Right.
And to this day, we are the only one in the U.S. That will pass a 6-foot standard feed lip drop test fully loaded.
Nice. That's awesome.
So,
Do you got the do you have the steel reinforcements on the
feed lips and lugs?
lugs?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I know that's should be the standard from here on out, but not always.
I mean, we could nerd out for an hour on that topic, but I'll save it for the more fun stuff here.
Yeah,
but
right.
yeah, no, it's my background was polymer science and injection molding, so it's a lot of history there, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's
How
a
much
nerd
goes into like development, all that type of stuff?
I mean, for a magazine, you're looking at my lead time I schedule now for mags going out forward is about 18 months.
Okay.
And somewhere between $200,000 and $400,000.
Right on. Yeah. So there's definitely a cost. That's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is the cost on the back end and all the research and development that goes into it and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And the question we get asked all the time from folks is 545, 556, and candidly, a couple years ago, Jim Fuller came to me and said, please make a 556 mag, and we designed it. But at the end of the day, I don't believe in making products that do not have a reason to exist at the core of our brand. So if a market like that's limited and I got to make that investment, I got to sell a mag for as much as you're paying now. So if we're not solving a problem, I'm not going to make the investment.
Right. And if you're just adding to a market that's already saturated, possibly, then that's also an issue too, right?
Yeah.
So
there has to be a need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how many people do you think you've talked to today?
Geez.
Exactly, right?
I don't know. I mean, it was cool to see. I was at the first Kalashbash, and I have not been back since.
Oh, okay.
So my claim to fame was I talked Brandon when he was pretty drunk into fighting Kit Cope and brought him out. So, so Brandon's first appearance at Kalashbash was actually a drunken conversation with Brandon and I around 2 a.m. his time.
Yep.
11 o'clock my time. So I was very involved in in that first event, and then life happened, and we haven't been back since. So
yeah.
But it was cool to see a number over 900. I mean, the highest badge number I saw was over 900, which is just incredible to see what Clay and Tony have done here.
I think the number of people that they had listed was 1,069.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course, nice. And then they had exactly 69 vendors here as
that.
well. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure between the first time that you're here till now, seeing it grow even more, I think they had a few hundred people at the first Kalashbash.
Yeah.
And then we're not last year, but 2022 and this year has been, over 1,000 each time. We're talking like 300 competitors, which is a deep stacked field as well. So yeah, it's really cool to see that.
I've heard great feedback on the stages and stuff, from
Yeah.
the guys that have shoot. We
Yeah.
don't have any shooters in this year, but
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
good feedback.
some. I think there's going to be there's always room for improvement.
Sure.
But
And you're never going to please everyone, and especially
spitters. Yeah, I mean that one really separates the men from the boys. But the cool thing that I liked about it is that they take the criticism to heart and they improve.
They do.
So,
They do.
So back to X-Tech, what's the next thing that you guys are wanting to really push?
So we are heavily focused on the handgun market. So again, my whole brand is built around filling needs. We have several patents on magazine extensions. We also have some AR parts, but we have 86 different pistol products in development now. We have a line of Glock mags coming out in June, magazine extensions for all kinds of popular pistol, complete magazines, steel mags.
Okay.
So really it's just filling needs. I think there's I'm a consumer too.
Yeah.
So when I see a company like SIG selling macro mags for $50-$60,
Yeah.
I can make those for less, and I know I'm lucky to have the most skilled engineers in the world. So we're
absolutely
excited.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see what you guys come out with.
It will be
really
nonstop
cool.
this year. I promise you that.
That's
so
cool.
We'll be at GunCon and TriggerCon, big releases.
Oh,
at
cool.
both.
Yeah. So I'll be at both.
Love it.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll swing
connect.
by and freaking get some content for you guys, man. That'd be cool.
He did ask me about my highlight, and I'll tell you my highlight real quick.
Yeah.
You mentioned, ran around last night and stickering people. So I was the rudely interrupting guy no one knew. I'm like, hey, I have a sticker. And suddenly everyone's guard goes down. A free sticker, I'm in.
Yeah.
But I ate 2 dinners last night and got too many shots to remember in exchange for stickers without even asking. So it's just the culture here is incredible. The people here are just warm and love meeting new folks. So
it's like seeing your favorite uncle or your cousin that you haven't seen in a couple of years, and it's just like, oh, dude, yeah.
But these are people I never even met, and I got fed twice. So it was just the energy here is just great. No one knows who the hell you are, and they want to meet new friends and connect. So it's just really cool.
What's your favorite campsite that you've seen so far?
I mean, I think ours is pretty legit.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not my van, but I feel like a little bit spoiled.
Is it down by the river?
It is down by the river. It's got lithium batteries, AC, moonshine, beer, fridge, induction cooking. I get coffee. It's kind of like I'm home with my wife, but it's a guy.
Yeah.
It's a van. So, but other than that, I think the dudes that cooked for me last night, Derek and Co. I forget what they call him with the pulled pork.
Yeah,
that's a legit setup.
It was a pulled pork. It wasn't a sandwich. It was a pulled pork. Was it pulled pork mac and cheese?
He made me just a sandwich, but it was incredible.
Yeah,
and it was something like Bitchalicious or something. The campsite, the name. But that was pretty legit. They have like a little compound over there.
Yeah,
their own ecosystem.
Isn't it funny?
They're already farming.
Yeah.
They're already going sustainable with their own little.
Right? They've started fashioning crude weapons.
No, but that was probably my top campsite I've seen.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. So, all right, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, we'll swing by and see you at GunCon and TriggerCon, and appreciate you coming on to the podcast and talking. So, yeah. Go ahead.
X-Tech, can you confirm that you are making MP5 mags?
We are not making MP5 mags.
That's unfortunate. Thank you, though.
I figured it would have been for the PSA MP5.
Yeah. Again, if there's a problem that needs to be solved, we can look at it. But there are some MP5 options out there that are affordable that I think work pretty well.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, man, appreciate you swinging by.
Absolutely.
And wish you all the luck this year. So we still have a lot of the year left. To see what else comes out. So
yeah. Anyone else coming out tomorrow? We did some 3 different limited editions for Kalashbash
on
the mag. So
that's cool.
We concocted and released a banana clip at the first one. That's kind of what went viral and is now a rotten banana clip, to be clear.
Yeah.
And that's been copied by a few, but we had some fun stuff.
Okay. Right on.
Hey, so I just want to say I got actually a couple of your mags from Tony at Meridian, and they work great. I really, really, really like them, and they're all stainless steel reinforced.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing to point out. Like they're really well made.
Yeah.
Like, and they work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
and I think you're doing slab sides now, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
No, it's flattering that we ship. We're the only polymer mag that Meridian ships with, and I think current U.S. production guys, they're the Ferrari of the U.S. and we're lucky to be part of what they do.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, H-Town. We're gonna get him back over here. Come on over. Get over here and talk into my can.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna give the mic to H-Town Werewolf.
Yeah.
All right, man. H-Town Werewolf, you'll know him on YouTube and Instagram.
Absolutely. And we were just talking earlier today and just talking about how we can, help some of the other content creators. You've been on since December, right?
Correct, December.
Yeah, and you have been doing some really good content on that PSA Crink.
Thank you.
And some really good videos showing some of the good things, showing some of the bad things, which everybody likes to dunk on, right?
Right, correct.
But the fact that you are trying to stay unbiased, that's really, really awesome. So just real quick, introduce yourself and tell us what has been your favorite thing so far at Kalashbash.
Hey, so Rodrigo here, also known as H-Town Werewolf. So for me, I guess you wanted me to tell you the favorite thing in Kalashbash
Yeah,
first?
sure. Yeah.
I think it's the LARPing for me. Seeing all the costumes. When I saw Pee Wee Herman yesterday pass by, I thought I was having a dream. I was like, what's going on here? So the LARPing to me is like the main thing.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Yeah. So tell me about the stages. How did you shoot yesterday?
I did pretty good on 4 stages.
Yeah.
And then on the other 4, not so hot.
What was your favorite stage so far?
My favorite stage was stage 1, where it was the run and gun, where you engage targets to the left and to the right. Then you had to engage the 3 steel targets.
Right. Yeah.
Before you ran to the 12 paper targets.
Right. Which, come to find out, is a USPSA qualifier. Those last 12 targets.
Yes.
That piece of it right there is an actual qualifying stage to get your not membership, but your ranking within USPSA.
Wow.
So I was talking to Jose, and he's like, dude, I know that one like the back of my hand. And I'll have to ask him how he did on that. But, yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was very fun. I think that was my fastest time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think Doug got a video of me, and I was like, oh, man, I look better than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite vendor out here so far that you've seen?
Ooh, favorite vendor?
It's a tricky question.
It is very tricky. Riley. I believe Riley's my favorite. Yeah, because Ramsey is so, like, he's an AK enthusiast, you know?
He really is.
So when he's describing his crinks and the AKs that he had on the table, he's doing it with a passion. Like, he really likes the AK platform.
Yeah.
And he knows everything about him. So to me, that just comes off as he's not out here just trying to push something. He's an enthusiast.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what really turned me on to him when I met him at SHOT Show. And of course, he sent me one of their 7.62x39 crinks, which that's not swaying my opinion at all. We talked about the good and the bad with it, but even still, man, the fact that he was just, like you said, passionate about what he wants, he understands my concerns and explains through those concerns as to how to understand why it's doing it or why it's not doing it, so that's really cool. So you're on YouTube.
Yes.
You are just short of 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, I'm at like 900, I believe.
All right, so if you're listening to this podcast, I want you guys, please, 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 take a second, even if you're going to pause the podcast, to swing by H-Town Werewolf.
One word,
and subscribe to his channel. We really want to boost him up and get him up over 1,000 subscribers. One of the things that he told me earlier today, and this is going to sound really bad, but you've been funding this thing all on your own. You've had zero help.
Zero.
And you've spent how many rounds this so far?
I'm about 6,000 rounds in since I started the channel.
Yeah, that's not cheap. So to be able to get him up over 1,000 subscribers so he can get monetized by YouTube and just get a little bit kickback, to help with ammo now. I think would really, really help you guys. So I'm going to do a couple of different things once we get back. You're going to hook me up with something.
Crink? Yes.
Yep. He's going to hook me up with a PSA Crink, and we're going to run it. We're going to get it up over 2,000 rounds.
As many as you want.
Yeah, and we're going to see how well it does or how it doesn't run or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to do whatever we can to get you up and over that hump.
Awesome.
And then once you get over that hump, you're going to see that it's just going to continue to build and build and build.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
I really do. I love your content. You're just so laid back. That's what I love about it. So,
thank you.
Yeah. So, anything else? What else?
No, just like Mark said, if you can subscribe, that would help the channel a lot. And I like making the content because I like to push the guns out there. I want everybody to see that the guns are, man, they're badass.
Yeah. And you said you've just hit the tip of the iceberg.
Correct. I still have a lot to show off.
So what do you think as upcoming content? What do you think is going to be your absolute favorite to do a video on?
The Scar 15P, my SBR Scar 15P is going to be my favorite.
That's going to be cool. Yeah.
Because I've already taken it. That's a 7.5-inch barrel. And I've already taken it out to 400 yards.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Doug can't do that, so. But.
Take back what I said on X.
So anyway, I appreciate it, man. I don't want to hold you up.
All right.
We've got some other people who want to jump on here, but again, man, freaking all ships rise on high tides. So we're gonna work on getting you taken care of and help you out. I'm not anybody big. I'm not gonna freaking blow you up or anything,
right.
but I'm gonna help as best I can, man. And it's been awesome to finally meet you in person.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Later, guys.
All right, so next up, I guess, you want to throw another guest on?
Yeah, throw it on.
Okay,
throw it on.
man. We got Jesse Senpai, or Senpai Kalash.
There he is, man.
He is actually a little local to me in Louisiana. So he shot with us. He shot yesterday in Squad 107, so I'll throw it over to him.
What's up, man?
Not a whole lot, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, introduce yourself and tell us your Instagram handle so everybody understands it. I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
For sure. My name's Jesse. I'm on Instagram as senpai_Kalash, where I post pictures of guns, cringy meme content, and just shooting stuff, mostly competitions and mag dumping in the trash.
Now, I see something going on with your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. What's going on there?
Yeah, so I just got tattooed here at Kalashbash. Got the event logo tattooed here on site by... He's on Instagram as well, a fellow gun enthusiast, Milsurp collector. Tattoos by Paul on IG.
Yep.
Huge shout out to him.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. He has, I guess I don't want to say prepaid or prepaid, but pre-generated designs.
Yeah,
but basically you had like a dozen or so to choose from.
Yeah, you had a dozen to 14. It's a flash sheet essentially, and it's how tattooing used to be done. You used to walk into a tattoo shop back in the 70s, 80s, back in the early days, and there were no custom designs. You picked what you got off of the wall.
Right, yeah.
It was a pre-made design, and if you like the design, you got it tattooed on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, is awesome. That's how I got my first tattoo done on my bicep, and pretty much how I've covered the majority of my body with.
That's cool. Yeah.
So.
I got the sleeve going, and huge shout out to Black Mammoth, Cody. He's done all the artwork, and I absolutely love his work. So anytime I find good art, like what you've got going on, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So what's been the highlight so far since you've been here?
Just the highlight of Kalashbash and all has just been hanging out with the guys that I've met at previous events, previous matches. I've known some of these guys since I first met them the first time I came out here in KB21. We only see each other, a lot of them, once a year when we come out to this event, because a lot of us live halfway across the country from one another.
Yep.
But a lot of others that live sort of local will shoot Texas Kalashnikov matches together, Texas Tactical, Sons of Liberty, so on and so forth. Guys like Jake, AK Quality Enforcement here, a couple of other guys.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into one of the Kalashnikov Texas Kalashnikov competitions.
Yeah, Big Jim runs a great match.
Yeah. I'm up in Kansas, so it's like it's down in San Antonio area. Is that right?
It's in the Kempner, Killeen area,
Killeen, yeah,
Central
yeah,
Texas,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right outside of Fort Hood,
Yeah.
Cavazos now.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
look at
Fort
me.
Hood.
I'm so PC.
Yeah, no, it's Fort Hood. So. So yeah, there is actually. But I've been trying to make one of those, and then I always see them at like here, obviously, and then Kalashnikon and stuff like that. So it's always good to be able to just, like you said, man, freaking see each other. You know,
just have a good time and drink with the homies, man.
And that's something that I think we lose so much is, social media is really cool to keep up, throughout the year. I talk to Jake freaking, I don't know what, we probably at least once a day at the very minimum, and then to be able to reconnect. And then we haven't seen each other for what, 2 years almost?
Yeah.
Well, a year and a half, I guess.
Something like that.
22.
Last time I saw you was at KB22.
Exactly. Yeah. Sober, right?
No. God, no.
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 We're never sober. Unless we're shooting.
Unless we're shooting.
Yeah.
Of course, safety is important. But no, especially not at the after party.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be kicking off here in
I
just a
distinctly
second.
remember there being an incident with a handle of Tito's, a short Chinese man, and,
yes, there always
and
is.
Justin from J-Mac Customs.
Yes, there always is a freaking tofu.
I love that man so much.
So much, yeah. So, all right. Well, what else? What else you want to throw out there into the ether? Anything else?
I can't really think of too much. I will say though, I'm a child. I'm a young guy. If you're a young guy that's really trying to get into the industry, just make the effort to come out here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met any of the people I know now, made any of the connections that I have now, if I hadn't just swallowed that nasty pill of making that pilgrimage out to Kalashbash for the first time and just, made the effort.
Yeah, and that's the first step. That's the biggest mountain that you're going to climb is making that first effort, because no one wants to look like an idiot,
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone's afraid that you're going to come out here, you're going to do something that's going to make you look stupid, and no one's messing with that. We had 2 14-year-olds in our squad shooting. How old were they, Doug? Were they 14?
Like 13, 14.
Yeah, 13 and 14. Yeah, and their dad, and those guys, those teenagers, they struggled a bit, but we were right there. Good job, good run, and all that.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
Of stuff,
And that's one thing I love about not just the AK community, but the competition community as a whole.
Yeah,
it's when I shot my first match in KB22. That was my first competition ever, and I showed up with a rusted out Chicom Type 56S side folder.
Yep.
And a Type 56 chest rig.
That's nice.
That's what I ran for the entire match, and I shot it with Tunnel Rat on Instagram, Kalash Kamaz, Rob Solo, a couple of other guys were on my squad, and they were my biggest supporters. And it was after that first match, it became an addiction.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is awesome.
How fun
I want
is it?
more of this.
Yeah. That's good, man. Well, thanks so much. We get Big Hoss over here.
Oh, yeah.
Get him up on the mic. Come here.
Get Big
Come here.
here.
Get him into the seat. It's at the hot seat. You have to lean in and talk like put your lips almost right up onto almost
Hello.
deep throat it.
Hello.
Say hello to the ether. Tell us who you are and what has been your favorite thing so far.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Josh, but everyone calls me Big Papa Fluffy.
Yes, it is.
Everyone knows too many Joshes. There's probably like 36 of us out here right now, but been doing this for a while, not too long, but my favorite thing about here is probably the friendships and the connections that you make throughout the entire time. Like people that I've shot with at Kalashbash, I've shot at KCON, just meeting up for local matches. I know how Jesse was talking about for TK.
Did we squad together at KCON?
We did.
Yeah, that's right, man. I know Corey was with us and a few other people, and I couldn't remember if you were with us or if I just bumped into you at KCON. But yeah. So
we were in a really good squad for KCON.
We were.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we were. And I think that made it. That really made it. So you'll be at KCON next month?
Possibly.
I'm
still working on it. I've recently started at a new shop, and it's just only 2 of us.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
taking some time off, it really puts a strain on it.
Yep.
But moving over to the new shop, I kind of talked to the owner. I'm like, hey, during this is the season. This is when I'm going to be gone. Like, shooting kind of takes a little bit of a priority for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
but you're
I
here.
enjoy it.
You're here at the very least. You know,
absolutely.
that's cool. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't miss seeing these guys for
Yeah.
a lot, man. Like, get to see you guys maybe like once a year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you shot yesterday?
No, I actually didn't shoot this time.
Oh, you're not?
I'm just here to be here right now.
Okay, well that's cool. That takes a lot of stress off too. You know, so you can.
It does.
Yeah, because you got guys who they shot in the afternoon today, and then we're going to have the after party, which gets crazy, and then they have to get up early to shoot tomorrow morning.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
yeah. The guys that shot early today, they get to party a little bit, and then they don't have to shoot until tomorrow afternoon. So
I will definitely say I'm not gonna say like, man, I'm so happy I didn't shoot, but it kind of worked out for me. I brought a bunch of people from New Orleans with me.
Oh, cool.
It's their first time coming out to Kalashbash.
Yeah.
So kind of felt like being a Sherpa per se. Hey, like this is everybody. Introduce you to, we have Jesse over here, AK Quality. You've got like just everybody,
right?
And it's a lot to take in at one time.
It is. It really is. It is. You have a favorite vendor that you've seen so far? So I've said it before. It's going to be tricky.
Probably my favorite vendor, because I probably used it the most, is actually the Goon Tape guys.
Oh yeah,
they've been super nice. They're super friendly. I actually got their stuff tattooed not too long ago, but they've always been super nice. Yeah, and I use their product like
me too. Yeah,
a lot.
It was cool. I was working the registration booth this morning to get people in through the door, quote unquote. And he comes walking up and he's like, "Bro, man!" And I was like, "Hey!" And I'd never met him. I don't think I ever met him face to face. And he knew exactly who I was. Which was cool, I guess. But again, it's that thing where it's like you haven't really met in person, but you know each other through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and you make that connection, man. It's really cool.
One of those things like walking around at Kalashbash. You like got people coming up to you like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, I don't know you, I think, but you've been talking for like the past 6 months without knowing what anybody looks like.
Yeah, exactly. We don't even talk. We don't even use first names over here. It's I'm Fit and Fire.
Somebody was saying earlier that you should get like the "Hello, my name is" with your Instagram handle on it, walking around. They should have did that.
They should. That would be a good idea.
During registration, they made you put down like your Instagram handle or your nickname during that. Even during
Yeah. We'll put it back into the recommendations. The cool thing was with Practice Score, I was able to put my YouTube name, so they were calling me by the YouTube name, and I was like, okay, maybe that's cool, but maybe I shouldn't do that now because it's now I'm like putting a target on my back. It's like, oh, look at this idiot, he can't shoot. But it's been good. It's been good, and we've moved it. Well, not we. They've moved it from October. Which you're from New Orleans, you said? Yeah. So I'm from like northern Kansas. So coming down here in October, we still have a little bit of heat, but it's starting to cool down. Yeah. But it's still freaking hot here. And then coming here in the spring now is a little bit more comfortable. So
the weather out here for like so far Friday and Saturday I think has been beautiful.
Yeah.
It's been bright and sunny, but with like this beautiful breeze keeping the temperature down a little bit.
Yeah. And tomorrow is supposed to be even better. Yeah. I think that's going to be cool. So I think tomorrow's high is supposed to be like 76. So and it won't be as breezy, but it'll be cooler. So I think that's going to be cool, man. It's freaking perfect weekend.
So how did you do shooting?
I did okay. I did okay. I had one stage that was not so great. I had a failure to extract, and I had to mortar the rifle, which put me back. But I was top 5 in the squad, at least top 5 in the squad every single stage. I had for my squad, I had a stage win, which was my first. So that was a big boost, and it happened right after that stage I tanked. So that was good. Yeah. Big confidence booster walking into the last stage.
I can't remember, but somebody was telling me that there was one specific stage that I felt like everybody was having issues on.
The spinner, yeah. The number 4, which is all the way up at long range, And so you had to shoot a shotgun round, and then you had 2 100-yard targets. You had 2 200-yard targets, and then you had a spinner at 75 yards. And I'm running 5.56, 55 grain AK, and it's just not spinning that thing.
So when it was different, so I remember at KCON where we actually had to shoot the high point,
right?
And it was actually a part of.
Right.
Like we were scored on it.
Right.
For that stage, did that count anything against you if you ended up missing with the shotgun?
Yep, 60 seconds. If you did not spin it, it was 60 seconds. Now, you could skip it. No, you're good. You're good. You could totally skip it. You could say I'm done. So if you game it, you take like 3, 4, 5 shots at it, and then you're like, okay, I'm good. And so your time then stops. Then you get the penalty. So I stopped at like 40 seconds. So I'm at 100 seconds, where then you had other guys that were like legitimately trying. So they got into the 50, 60, 70 seconds, still didn't get it spun, and then gets the penalty on top of that. So there's a gaming to it,
The double-edged sword.
Yeah, it is.
You just gotta figure out what side you want to take.
And that's the interesting thing too, because like with KCON, if you don't engage a target, well, not engage. If you have a failure to neutralize.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a 30-second penalty at KCON. And a lot of people are like, ooh, that's tough, but it forces you to really pay attention to what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. What else? Where can we find you on the social medias?
It's going to be Big Papa Fluffy, BIGPAPA. I don't know. Everyone spells Papa so many different ways. But yeah, like I post pretty regularly. I also tattoo out in New Orleans. But
cool.
I will say my Instagram name, I love it too much that it's a mix between a lot of guns, ski masks, and maybe you'll see a tattoo I do here and there. But
that's cool. Yeah.
I just don't want to make another Instagram.
So stupid question. Which is common around here, but you said you just opened a new shop.
Correct.
The tattoo shop.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. What's the name of the tattoo shop?
Downright Tattooing.
All right, there you go.
So it's a buddy of mine. He actually owns a shop.
Where in New Orleans can you find it?
It's in a little outside of the New Orleans area.
Okay.
In a little small town called Boutique.
Okay. That sounds French.
It's nice. I really like it out there. Everyone's super nice.
Yeah.
Right, not having to deal with a lot of
the stuff
people.
in town.
A lot of the stuff that
in town.
I'd rather not put up with, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's probably walking away. Yeah, Pascal. We have so at Kalashbash we have one gentleman who has flown all the way in from Germany, and we're going to try to get him on the on the podcast. Freaking Doug's running after him. He's like 50 yards away. So we'll see if we can get him on here in just a second.
Pascal's awesome.
Yeah, he is. What has been your favorite rifle that you've shot in competitions? What's your setup? What's your dream? Well, let's say what's your current setup, and then tell us your dream setup.
So actually, my current setup is I don't have a setup.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
All right.
I'm in the middle of for reals. I caught a really good deal on a GHM 9.
Okay.
And I got it for an amazing price.
Yep.
Where I'm just been.
That's a B&T?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it for like $700.
Oh.
So I've just been putting a lot more money into that, making it how I want to, and then especially now how the wait times for suppressors are just almost like nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been kind of dumping money into that too.
Awesome. All right, so Pascal, come on over. Hey, Big Pop. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We'll get Pascal into the hot seat and have him tell us all about him. So
yes.
Swing it on over.
If you can understand him with his strong German accent, his serious tone.
Yeah, it's great. Pascal, obviously I've said your name a couple of times, but tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and how did you get here?
Yeah, my name is Pascal. I'm born in West Germany.
West Germany?
Yes, it's so that people know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Because many people would ask me what city, and the next near big city would be Düsseldorf and Cologne.
Yeah.
And that's like an hour to the border.
Okay. Could you come in just a little bit closer to the mic, almost lips touching it? Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Just so we can pick up a little bit better. So you're from the Düsseldorf area. Obviously, you flew a plane to get here, but what was it that brought you to Texas to be a part of this?
This is my big vacation.
Is it?
Yes.
You've been here for like 2 weeks?
3.
3 weeks, right? You've competed in the Texas Kalashnikov as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're just like spinning all over Texas.
Yes, I'm just driving around, shooting guns wherever I can.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. So one of the cool things is I got in on Thursday, and Rachel graciously let me crash in the clubhouse, and Pascal was sleeping on a bunk bed, and she's like, "Oh, you could totally just sleep on top of Pascal." And I was like, "Wait a second." And then Pascal turns to me and goes, "Are you the big spoon or the little spoon?" So how you shot all day yesterday?
Yes.
Yep. What was your rifle that you shot?
I got my Russian AK-103 with me.
Okay. So 7.62 by 39.
Yes, sir.
Did you run iron sights or optics?
I have in primary arms SL3X optic on it.
Okay. That's very well. I like the primary arm stuff. I run the 3X prism optic on my SAM 5 at Kalashnikov, which is cool. What was your favorite stage?
It was stage 3.
Stage 3, yes. Yeah. So you had to load your magazines on that one.
Yes.
So you had loose rounds, and then you had to load as many rounds as you wanted into your magazine, and then shoot 3 steel targets and then move on from there. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yes.
What has been your favorite thing about Kalashnikov or Kalashbash so far?
I would say the heli gunner ride, but I didn't take it this year.
Oh, okay.
I took it last year.
Yep. So if you guys heard in the background a little bit earlier, we had the helicopter noises. The helipad is like right behind where I'm camped, and you have the ability to go up in a helicopter and actually shoot from a helicopter, which is really cool. So what is your plan for tomorrow? You have anything that you're going to do?
I have a volunteer shift tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And for the rest of the day, I don't know. Shoot some machine guns.
Yeah. That's good. Are you going to do the shoot house?
No. There are too many people I know that I have to speak with, so there's less time.
Oh yeah. That's good. That's a good idea. What else? You're on Instagram.
Yes.
How can we find you on Instagram?
My Instagram name is akpingu103.
Yep, there it is. AK Pingu, right?
Yes.
So PINGU 103. Give him a follow. It's a lot of fun to see him, and the fact that he's traveling from Germany all the way to here. You have some Cyrillic tattoo on your arm, which I thought was really cool. Can you explain that and what that means?
It just says bratia. That means something like brothers or bros.
Mm-hmm.
And there are phonemes written like a quiz in the newspapers.
Right.
That's just my 4 best friends.
Yep. And you have there's a couple of them that are in Germany, is that right? And then one in Norway?
One is living in Moscow.
Moscow, that's right. Moscow, and then was there one from Switzerland?
No, all the ones of my arm are from Germany, just the one guy in Russia.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got that confused. Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. You talked to Clay and Rachel about that Thursday night, which I thought was really cool. So, all right, man. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
I have nothing in my brain.
No. That's a common occurrence around here. So, well, thank you so much for swinging by and talking.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it, and it's always great to see you. You know, I got to meet you last year for the first time, and then we followed each other on Instagram. So every time I get to see you, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
I'm gonna be back here next year too.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm going to be here until as long as they have it. I'll be here. So I can't. We'll definitely have to link up again next year. So
okay.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
problem.
it. All right, so we have Jose.
Yes, let's get a Jose gastroentomologist on YouTube. I'm guessing. Is it gastroentomologist?
It's gastronomic hedonist.
A gastronomic hedonist.
You're not going to hear it.
Okay, so
yeah, go into the seat.
Yeah, go into the hot seat. Also, he's an amazing chef. He made a sushi for people last night.
He did. I missed out on it.
Yeah,
but
you
I
weren't one
heard
of the
all
five.
about it.
You weren't one of the five.
No, I
but we're going to pass it over to Jose.
Don't mess it up. There we go. All right. So when you speak into my can, you almost need to kiss it.
Got it.
There
Can
you
hear
go.
Me nice and sexy like.
So Jose, tell us. So again, what's your Instagram name? Because it's funny. You have two.
My Instagram name is Gastronomic Hedonist.
All one word.
Gastronomic is having to do with the intestines,
yes,
aka food. Hedonism is the belief. What is it? Pleasure over everything else.
Oh.
So I find pleasure in food. I'm a chef.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you find pleasure in people's intestine.
Well, I make sausage out of dead bodies.
Yeah. So what got you into cooking?
Cooking, oh man, my mom, she cooked, my uncle, my grandmother, everybody around me. I remember having a chair or a little stool next to the stove, and I was cooking every day. I was watching. My uncle taught me how to make biscuits and gravy when I was like 6, 7.
Really?
Like,
That's
I was
really
there.
cool. Yeah.
I knew. I was wearing the hat. I loved it. It was cool. It was in the family, and I didn't realize that was a profession or a thing that you could fucking do.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, you got to feed yourself.
Exactly.
And then once I understood that you can make a living off of that, it was game over.
Yeah, that's cool. So you shot today.
Yes, sir.
I heard you did pretty good.
I am beyond elated, dude.
Yeah.
I did well.
You did very well.
I'm on the squad with some of those big, heavy hitters, and so I got to be able to compare myself to what those guys are doing.
Yep.
I was anywhere from 2 to 10 seconds behind them on most stages.
Yeah, and these are like
IWI.
sponsored shooters.
It was IWI team. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
I spun the spinner. That's really all that matters.
So tell me, you're running 762 by 39.
762 by 39, 12.5-inch Draco that I had chopped SBR'd. It was originally a Century imported paratrooper.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Which one of the things that we thought was anyone that was going to get the spinner all the way over was the 762 by 39 guys.
Absolutely.
But freaking Hector from IWI, he did it too. And I was asking him about it. I was like, did you get the spinner? He's like, oh, yeah, no problem. And he did it like I don't know, it's like something stupid, like 21 seconds or something like that. And I was like, well, how did you do it, man? He's like, oh, I'm running 77 grain.
Yes. Absolutely. 77 grains are the way to go. If you're shooting 223, 5.56, don't play.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring like 100 rounds of 77 grain next year just to get like long shots or the spinners and stuff like that. Yeah, so
100%. When I shot Sons of Liberty Gunworks out here.
Yeah, last year.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
AmeriCaliber, I told him that there's going to be some long things. I don't remember if there was a spinner or not, but I know that there were things that I needed to have heavy-grained bullet projectiles.
Yep.
And so he hooked it up with some of those AAC 77 grains.
Yep. Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I've got probably about 300 rounds of the 77 grain OTMs, and I've shot it from my Daniel Mark 12, and it's really surprising.
They're awesome.
So yeah. What else? What else you want to talk about? What's been your favorite thing so far?
Oh man, favorite thing about Kalashbash? The people. It's obviously the people.
Every time, yeah.
364 days out of the year I wait for this, and it's heaven. It's heaven on earth. You know, you get to come, you get to play, you get to drink, you get to shoot guns.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
A lot of guns too. It's we keep on talking about the shooting competition, but there's vendors here that have full auto guns.
Yes.
You get to try new stuff. Like J-Mac introduced some new stuff this year too, so you get to see all the new hotness after SHOT Show. You know, because sometimes at SHOT Show they have stuff that they want to introduce, but they can't because they're just not ready yet.
Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity.
Yep, exactly. So that's been pretty cool.
And more AK oriented type things.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's kind of always get lost in the weed in some of the bigger conventions and stuff like that too. So, one of the things that was pretty interesting is you're running the Springfield Prodigy.
Yes,
and
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah. So I admittedly and reluctantly bought one. And Jose's been very instrumental in walking me through some of the intricacies behind it, because if it runs, but if you really wanted to step it up to the next game, the next level, right? And then you've done some special things like on the outside, like on the slide. Talk about that.
Okay, so for the outside, I had a company from Houston called Mad Cactus Customs. They took insane great care of me and did a custom laser engraving job with some scroll work. They engraved the compensator on the gun and polished it to shimmering shine. It's gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous. So typically the Prodigy is just a black on black 2011 style pistol, but you got what they did was they sandblasted it, so it's like pure metal. They buffed it up and then did all the scroll work. Man, it is gorgeous too. And then on your Draco, do you still have the Budweiser?
Yes, sir.
handguard?
Yeah. So Schaefer Customs. How do you pronounce that name?
Schaefer
Customs,
something like that. Yeah.
Zach, he is selling handguards, dust cover. No, what's that? The top.
Yeah, the top handguard. Yeah. The gas tube cover. Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's got some really cool designs that he himself is doing, decals, I believe.
Yeah.
But he also is selling blanks, and so I talked to him. I was like, hey, let me get one of those blanks, send it off to Mad Cactus, and then in the past I'd been running an actual aluminum beer can over my cheese grater from Kyber Customs.
Yeah.
And upgraded to an actual laser engraved, shiny, gorgeous Budweiser can.
It's really freaking cool. It's really freaking cool. So what's next for Jose?
Next for Jose, man, I got a can. Oh, yeah, right. No, I'm not doing that. Next for Jose, I want to get USPSA classified A class and open.
Okay.
I want to step up my 3-gun game, potentially buying a box-fed shotgun, and really just grow pistol.
Yeah.
Pistol is what I've come to find to be the most fun shooting for me.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. It's fast.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And I like speed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's one of the great things about Kalashbash is that it's not pistol, but you really can go as fast as you want at this competition. That's what I love.
And this is something that I heard from somebody, I don't remember whom exactly, but they told me that if you build your pistol game, your rifle game grows inherently.
I could see that, yeah.
And I can see it, for sure.
Yeah.
There's been very little time that I've been practicing rifle. And admittedly, I've been lagging on dry firing, rifle and pistol.
Yeah.
But the continuous pistol work really rounds you out.
Yeah, 100%. I will admittedly say that, you know, I've got like the Mantis X, you know, Blackbeard for the AR.
Hell yeah.
Shout
out laser ammo.
Oh yeah. What I'm looking forward to is Mantis is coming out with an AK.
Ooh,
Blackbeard.
Sick.
It should be out this year.
So is it a magazine that goes in?
Yep.
Or wow.
Yeah, and you take off the dust cover and the bolt and the recoil spring,
and you get reset.
Yep, you get the
Fucking
reset and everything.
That's cool.
They had the prototype at SHOT Show, and they
Wow.
said we'll have it this year.
How was that? You went to SHOT Show, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's
I
crazy,
still have yet
man.
to go.
And it's crazy because people just don't understand how big it is. You cannot quantify how big it is. They even have like billboards to explain that you can fit like 517 F-16s inside this like convention center.
Jesus Christ.
But it doesn't calculate in your head.
Yeah.
And then it's broken up into several different levels.
Well,
So-
if we broke it down into how many rounds of 7.62 you could fit in there, I think we'd all understand.
I think we'd be close into like the trillions.
But all of our AK autism, we'd grasp that
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
Oh, that was 3,000 toothpicks that just hit the floor. I got it.
Straight up Rain Man. Well, thanks, Jose, man.
Yes,
I really
sir.
do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
What are you cooking
Mark.
tonight? What are you cooking
tonight? I'm fucking eating from the food trucks. I'm getting drunk as shit, and I'm gonna try to get a little bit of sleep before I shoot in the morning.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're shooting in the morning. Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mark. I
that.
appreciate you.
I know that you and Boats and Holes are the guys that I look to see. Okay. How much closer am I to them this time? You know,
Bolts and Hose crushes me. Y'all remember that? Bolts and Holes crushes me. That dude's great.
I can't believe. Oh man, and just
he's awesome.
And then just watching. He showed me a couple of his videos early today. I'm just like, I can't compete with this.
He's great.
He's a big dude. How do you move that fast? You know. So yeah, no.
He's snorting lines of protein powder.
Yeah, no, but I love seeing your reels on Instagram and stuff like that. So being able to compete with you is always awesome. So
cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
Fit
to
and
you.
fire for life, boys. Give him some
buddy.
love.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we got. Hey there, brother. You gotta get over here and get in there, get in the hot seat.
This is Babushka Kid on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Babushka Kid on Instagram.
Okay, so.
How's it going there, brother?
So
this is the Macho Man Randy Savage coming at you from Fitting Firearms.
So this mad lad is decked out head to toe yesterday and today
and tomorrow
as Macho Man.
Yep.
You're working at Third Pin's booth.
Yep. Shameless plug to Third Pin Threads.
Yep.
They are the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Rises to the top.
The cream rises to the top. Oh yeah, brother.
And he just really grasps the community here with this whole get up, man. You're killing me with this thing, man.
Man, I appreciate that, brother.
How sweaty are your balls right now?
Well, yesterday, I could have, teabagged somebody and you would have had a nice, Macho Man tea. Today, it's honestly, it's gotten a little bit better. It's gotten a little better. There were points where it was hotter and, you might have had a stew going on. But right now, I'm chilling. I'm chilling, brother. Yeah, and I'm wearing 4 layers right now.
I know.
One,
yeah, you are.
2, 3, 4.
And it's plastic.
Oh,
It's not even like pleather. It's like straight up. You're wearing a garbage bag. It almost looks like.
Basically, right now, my crotch is worn out right now.
It's hilarious.
So, yeah.
Where did you find this get up?
So it's a Halloween costume place. Honestly, though, I really wouldn't recommend it. It's a very long wait at best to get the costume. I mean, the wig, the hat, all of it. It was super long. I got the wrong size because of how the sizing on it. It was a pain in the ass to do it. Just to take out the voice for a second.
You're fine.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to do this.
Yeah.
However, a really cool Johnny that I give out, incredibly average on Instagram. He helped me out. He tagged me in a post of his, and he follows this guy Machoverse. And that dude, his wife, apparently makes all of his costumes. And
that's
you
cool.
think I look like Randy Savage? Now this dude, no wig, no hair, no beard, none of that. He looks like Macho Man.
That's awesome.
He's fucking awesome. I actually was talking to him about coming out.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I have some events that I'm working on right now. I can't do it, but next year, hit me up and I'll see about going.
That's awesome.
And I told him like the tickets are on sale. 6 months in advance to this, and you have to be there the night of.
Yeah.
And what a perfect segue, if you don't mind me.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Taking control for just a second.
Go ahead.
Here. Kalashbash and Lethal Weapons Texas are fucking phenomenal events. I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Yeah, we're good.
But I mean, they're phenomenal events. I love them dearly, and they're on game, they're on hit, and they're definitely legit, brother. Yeah, there's nothing like this. This is the largest AK event, hands down. And I say AK event, not AK match, because there is a difference. We have people here who are shooting a match, and that's kind of what started this. But we have people camping out here, overlanding, all kind of mess, and it's wonderful. The people here are incredible, and I am so happy to be a part of this community. It's wonderful. I've never experienced anything like this, and to meet people, I've talked to people on Instagram, and then I met them here. They all said they were going to this event, and it was like a reunion almost.
Always.
For 1 second, it took a second, to like, oh wait, that's you, dude,
yeah.
brother, and we came in, and we've grown that much.
It was a
closer.
dick hug.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Groping the balls, grabbing the ass, all of it. Yeah, just.
So
yeah.
how many Kalashbash does this make for you?
It's hard to keep track. I mean, I've been to Kalash. I was at the last Kalashmas. I was at the first Lethal Weapons, and I've been to at least 2 or 3 Kalashbashes.
Right.
But I know that for sure. That's the minimum right there. It's hard to keep track, honestly, because I love these guys. And the funny thing is, I met Clay and Rachel at a gun show, of all things.
Yep.
And it sounds like, well, obviously you might meet them there, but I wasn't expecting to. I was working for a company that could have gone places, especially this was during the ammo crisis, of 2019 when I met these guys, and they didn't know me from Adam, but I shouted Clay, and I thought he can't hear me. I'm not gonna, it's fine, it's whatever. And Rachel just taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around. He's like, "What's up, brother?" And how's it going? And we started talking about, and very quickly we got on to Kalashbash because I wanted to go. I had heard about this. I had seen this. And it was super cool, and when I found out that Clay was the one who was partially producing this, I was like, oh, I'm sold, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gotten into AKs. And that's the thing. I liked ARs, and I was like, ARs are superior and whatnot, blah blah blah, all that cliche AR guy stuff, they
get boring,
They do. They really do get boring. And so, but at that point, I had a buddy. He turned me on to Galil's, and so I got interested in Clay's Galil, which is I love it. It's a sexy thing, and I got to the point where I was asking about that, and then I saw the AKs that he was doing, specifically Tiger Blood. For any of those of y'all who follow Clayco and have been following him for a long time, y'all know about Tiger Blood. And that thing, it's so beautiful.
Yep.
It really turned me on to AKs. And once I saw what they could be, and then I learned about J-Mac, I learned about all these cool guys, all these bad Johnnies. I have people here who are like saying I'm cool and whatnot. No, these guys are cool.
Yeah.
J-Mac, all these guys. If it wasn't for this community, I don't think J-Mac would exist.
Yeah.
It really, it's incredible how much these people have come together and just grown tighter and stronger, and it really feels like a family reunion.
And the cool thing too is that not to talk about Clay so much, but obviously he's like the glue,
right? Yeah,
of
Clay
all of this.
Clay and Tony are they are the glue that holds this community.
And I want to emphasize what you just mentioned is because if it wasn't for Clay, I wouldn't know about J-Mac.
Right.
I wouldn't know
exactly.
I wouldn't know about like Occam Defense.
Absolutely,
and
Occam
all
Defense
of these,
is another great company.
Yeah, you can talk to any like gun person at a gun show, and bring up some of these companies, and they'll just be like, I don't know, And then when you come out here, it's like common knowledge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Occam Defense, once I learned about them, I was like, how did I not know about these guys? And Riley Defense, that's another great company right now. I'm actually talking to them about getting an AK. I'm a Macho Man AK, brother. It's going to be awesome. And I saw there's a really cool AK that I wish I could show y'all right now. But anybody who has been at the Third Pin booth, I'm going to shout that out one more time. But they are giving away this incredibly cool AK that it's called, what is it? It's called Battle Cat. That's it. That's
the Battle Cat, from He-Man.
Yes. I love He-Man. I grew up on He-Man, which sounds weird because I'm 25, but I grew up on the OG He-Man. And it was so cool. And anybody who knows about He-Man, and knows about Macho Man Randy Savage, if it wasn't for He-Man, Macho Man might not be here.
Yeah.
But honestly, He-Man is the man. And he inspired, the Macho Man to an extent. If you look at the costumes and whatnot, which, by the way, he's a 70s pimp. If any of y'all are curious about how to get a good Macho Man costume, he's a 70s pimp. So dress like that, and you're on the right track. Which is partially why I will not be going with this costume company again, and why I'm not giving them the time of day. Frankly, they don't deserve it.
But it's still you freaking fit the part.
Yes,
man.
I ordered this costume months in advance to ensure that this got here because I'd done the same thing last time with them when I came as the cream of the crop Macho Man, which, by the way, I brought Slim Jims this year. I bought like 400 Slim Jims, and then I brought 200 coffee creamers. And right now, there's a guy dressed up as Pee Wee Herman, and he currently has,
there's a dude right over there that's dressed up like a freaking astronaut.
Yeah.
He's got the big freaking
Yeah. he's going as Space Force. He was at this event at Lethal Weapons, and he won a Space Force, and he came close to winning that. I think he actually might have won an award right there. But then we also have a bull rat here as well, which the bull rat guy is he's great success. Yeah, he's doing it. I mean, I saw him yesterday, and he wasn't fully in his garb. He was just himself, and he looked like bull rat. He had the mustache, the hair, all of it. Oops.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
and
that's cool. That's cool.
Oh yeah, it's
so on the social medias,
yes.
If anybody wants to follow you on social medias, where can they find you?
I am on Instagram as Babushka Kid.
Babushka Kid.
And that is a really cool story. And I mean, Clay and Tony have told it, so I don't it's not an industry secret anymore, if you will.
Right.
But so basically what happened was, I again, like I said, I'd met Clay and them. I'd hung out with them a couple times, outside of gun shows and whatnot. And not really hung out with them, but a little bit, just a little bit. Like I'd run into them, like, hey, how's it going, kind of a thing. Anyways, though, they're doing a live, and I hop on the live. I'm watching and whatnot. And it's for, I think it was for my first Kalashbash. I might be wrong about that, but it was closer to the beginning of the Kalashbashes, and they had this air mag reload challenge, and whatnot.
Right.
And for that you have to dry fire for a full minute, with miming everything and whatnot. And just do whatever you can. You can do grenade launcher, pistol, all that kind of stuff, and I had a Russian Ushanka that I had actually bought with Clay. This guy was selling he was an authentic Russian, by the way. Yeah. He was selling this surplus, and I bought a Russian Ushanka. He bought a Russian Ushanka. Rachel Abella bought a Russian Ushanka. So we all have them, and that's why we have Slits Vaughn on now. Yeah, it's super cool. But anyways, so I did that. I put on my Russian Ushanka. I gave them the option. What do you want me to do? And so they said Russian Ushanka all the way.
Yep.
So I proceeded to do that. And I was living with my grandparents, helping them out at the time. And all of a sudden, I finish, and they're like, that was pretty good, but, I think it's got to go on. My grandmother does the stereotypical thing, like, what's going on here? Apparently, I've been dry firing so loud, making the noise, going, all that mess. She comes in there, and she does the stereotypical thing, like, you see on a TV, and, they don't know what's going on with the technology, and they get, super close to it and whatnot. I'm talking inches, if not an inch, from the camera and whatnot. Clay, Tony, Rachel, everybody who was watching just busted a gut laughing. He was like, Babushka, like Babushka heard him, going off and whatnot.
Yeah.
And thus Babushka Kid was born from that instant. And they're like, I didn't win the challenge, by the way, but they were so cool. They're like, hey, we want to hook you up with a little bit of third pin merch.
That's cool.
They got me a hat.
Yeah.
And some 6 stickers, some Macho Man Randy Slavage sticker, which was awesome.
Because he's got the
he's holding the AK, and he's got the tassels, and this year I brought the tassels out, brother. And
you're working.
The tassel is worth the hassle.
You're working the third pin.
Yes,
yeah,
I
that's
worked
cool.
the third pin
that's
booth
cool.
all day today, and it was awesome. It was a blast. I was passing out Slim Jims while I was selling stuff for them, and
That's
say
cool.
I was selling stuff. I wasn't really selling stuff. This stuff right here, third pin merch, sells itself.
Sells itself.
It really does.
Yep.
And the thing was it was kind of small at the beginning.
Yep.
But I've come to gun shows and just been out in the wilderness, and I'm seeing people wear it. And I know Clay and Tony, they get excited when they see it because that's their merch that they're, it's going on. And it's super cool. They have subtle stuff. They have not so subtle stuff.
Right.
But the cool thing is I have at least 10 shirts of theirs, all of varying various qualities. When I say qualities, like full on, I'm an AR guy, AK guy, like all that stuff. I'm a 2A guy.
Yeah.
And then I have, I'm just an average Joe kind of shirt and hat and whatnot. And when I'm wearing those, nobody questions it. Nobody raises an eyebrow at my work and whatnot. And it's crazy. Yeah.
Right on.
Honestly, third pin merch.
Right on.
It's quality stuff. It really is. I love it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
Get over here and sit down. We need your freaking. Thank you so much, Babushka Kid. And we're going to get freaking Aiden on here.
Yes.
And we're going to freaking rail on this. It's too much shooting on Friday.
So You'll know Aiden. He is I'm Horrendous on Instagram. Huge Fallout fan and huge awesome shooter.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome shooter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
get in the hot
you got to
seat.
get in the hot seat. We're
Gotta
forcing
sit
you.
down.
Zach Schaefer said he would not. He didn't want to get on it, but we're going to make him do it.
Yep. All right. Absolutely. So when you talk in the mic, you're going to have to be like right up on it.
Oh,
that's going to be the best. There you go.
Is this
Just
good
like,
enough?
Just
Is this close
that's
enough?
good. That's
Do I
good.
have to fucking deep throat this thing or what?
You can if you want. You actually did it. We're gonna. It freaking spiked it out.
Congratulations! I just ruined your fucking podcast. Have fun.
All right, so Aiden, you are prior service Marine.
Yes,
former Marine.
Prior service Marine Corps.
Yeah. Thank you for your cervix.
Oh, I did nothing but like drink and shoot guns.
You
shoot guns and shit.
You did a lot. You did a lot.
Thank you.
You've been shooting competitions.
Yes,
Yep.
I've been shooting competitions since 2020.
Yep.
And it's been an absolute fucking blast.
And
so.
you're getting better all the time.
Yes,
Yeah,
I at least
crazy.
tried. That's the objective.
Yep. So you kind of doing the YouTube thing too.
Yeah. So I just started the channel, but I haven't posted in a little bit, but I'm starting to do more stuff to add to it and everything, some more feature-length films. But right now, just doing some more, not feature-length films, feature-length videos and stuff. But right now, it's doing more shorts and everything, just stuff I've already been doing on Instagram.
Yeah.
So
we're giving we love Aiden. We love him to death. We gave him a little bit of a hard time because in 2022 at Kalashbash, we all squatted together.
Yeah.
And then this year, we're like, hey, are we squatting together? Are we squatting together? And this guy's like, no, I'm shooting Saturday and Sunday.
Well, yeah, it's a tactical decision.
Yeah. It's
you know about that.
No. You there. I understand it. I'm not faulting you. I understand why you're doing it because shooting all 8 stages in one day,
Yes.
it's a lot.
It's
It
fucking
is a lot.
exhausting.
It's not for the faint of heart, only the strong. But
only the strong.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll let go of my pride a little bit for a tactical decision. Okay, it's fine.
No, that's smart. That's smart. What's been your favorite stage?
So far, I've only shot
4.
stages.
You shot 4, right?
Yeah, I've only shot half the stages right now. So I shot stages 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay, yeah.
So the one I would say is my favorite would have been probably the stage. I think it was stage 5. I would say.
Yeah.
I like that one because like it let me do a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to like playing around with like the stage play and everything, and just be like seeing how other people do it, and I'm trying to like cut corners and trying to see how other stuff I can
Did you hip shoot for the port or did you actually bend down and look through it?
I believe that was that one right there. Is that stage 5?
That's 5. Yeah, in the 360
oh, no,
bay.
Sorry, my bad. Not stage 5. It was stage 6 then.
Okay.
The one it was the like the USPSA style kind of like
yeah.
Go out of the box and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all USPSA style, but
that was 6.
Yeah. So stage 6, I got to like play around with like just cut corners and stuff. I love playing. I love gaming the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I love looking at stage plans to see what way I can get away with stuff, and it's just one of my favorite things to do.
What rifle are you running?
I am running the Schaefer Customs. I call it the Ricky Bobby.
Oh.
It's a custom-built race rifle that me and Zach Schaefer have. That I basically bought all the parts and gave him my rundown of what I want.
I'm sorry. I just had someone give me a random piece of meat and it was like, here, try this.
It ain't the first time at Kalashbash you just had a piece of meat in your mouth. Yeah.
I'm eating somebody else's meat.
Look, Kalashbash is just Burning Man but gayer. It's just fine. Like, yeah, there's a lot more guns too. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But so
how many Kalashbashes is this for you?
I think so. It depends. If you count lethal weapons as one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know it's a weird one because lethal weapons, right? Oh, not that. All right, whatever. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
What is that? Is that about the Buckies? Oh no. It's a fucking.
That is some weird like freaking mask thing going on with a leather skirt.
Who's watched like Harry Potter, like the fucking face eaters and shit. But,
that's awesome.
What was I saying before?
I was just asking how many Kalashbashes with lethal weapon. So that's what,
I did
2020,
2020, 2021, 2022 lethal weapons, and fifth one.
Fifth one.
Yes, sir.
So you got 2 on me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, where can we find you on Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff?
So you can find me on Instagram. I'm.horrendous. It's spelled exactly like that. @I'm.horrendous. And you can find me on YouTube, but actually just changed my YouTube name to Shoot to Thrill Productions.
Nice.
So that's going to be my new YouTube channel's name because Shoot to Thrill.
Yeah, that's cool. What I will say is I absolutely love this guy. This is one of my favorite guys because of his freaking tism rants that he gets on sometimes.
Mark, I love you more. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So
oh my goodness.
Apparently people apparently got spread out. So I'm not spoiling anything, right?
Yeah.
So the Fallout TV show came out, and none of my friends wanted to watch it. So,
All right, so let me pause. Let me pause just 1 second, because last night you went on like a 30-minute rant about the whole thing.
Fallout is something
and not
I'm
in like a
very
bad
passionate
way,
about.
you know.
Yeah.
So here we are at an AK event, and he's talking about Fallout TV show. And I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
So Fallout's just one of those things I've been playing since I was a kid. So I'm very passionate about the series, and I want to make sure the series goes.
Why? What draws you to it?
I love, like I said, I loved RPGs, and I love the post-apocalyptic stuff. I love the setting that Fallout does, like this most alternate America with the 1950s aesthetic.
Let me ask you this: small tangent.
Yes.
How would you compare it, and do you like, and how would you compare it to like Borderlands?
Borderlands has got its own style, I would
Right.
say. So Borderlands is like a space. I guess you could technically put it in some apocalyptic genre, but it's more like a space, like your treasure hunters. It's kind of like more of a Western, if I would say myself.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, I think they're completely different. Like Borderlands is a straight up looter shooter.
Yeah.
And while I see as Fallout being an RPG, you can especially New Vegas is my favorite one of all of them. You can really just flesh out your own character. Like I've done whole character builds based on backstories and stuff. So that's what draws me over to Fallout more than Borderlands. I'm good. I'm gonna get some beer over there. Thank you though. So yeah, the show, I just kind of went on that tism. Yeah, apparently I did a whole review on Instagram.
Did you binge all of it?
Yes, I binged all of it before Kalashbash because I was watching it while I was doing packing mags and stuff for the event, and I'm actually legitimately surprised as a Fallout fan. Yeah, I've had everybody's seen it apparently because it got spread around. I've had 3 people this weekend come up to me yo, what? It's is that true? It's what you said is true. Yeah. I'm lying about the TV show. No, legitimately, I thought it was pretty good. There is some lore discrepancies I thought was awful, but other than that, show felt like Fallout, and that's what I think they try to achieve.
That's really cool. And you said that one of the things that I've been worried about with a lot of the new shows and stuff like that is they have a little bit of a woke agenda or whatever. And you said there really wasn't anything like that.
So I didn't notice anything off the bat. I mean, obviously, so here's the thing. I describe Fallout as that the Fallout TV show is that it doesn't do anything that games have not already done.
Okay, that's fair.
So Fallout in general, there is some woke stuff in Fallout in general. If you look at Fallout 4, the fucking railroad's a thing, right?
Yeah.
But so it hasn't really done anything that they haven't done already in the video games. But the only thing I noticed, there was a trans actor or actress.
And you said that you didn't know.
And I didn't even notice until half the series, and I was looking up the cast on Google.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to find other actors and stuff. So I wouldn't say if it was trying to go woke, it did it the right way of not making it too too noticeable.
Yeah.
You know, it's not thrown in your fucking face like Marvel does.
Right.
And
So that's one of the cool things about Kalashbash is you come out here for a shooting competition that's AK centric, but then you can sit around and talk about freaking video games and stuff all the
you have some very interesting conversations out here. Most of the time it's about guns, obviously.
Right.
But still, obviously I'm talking about Fallout. I'm talking about other movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna video games, and we're gonna have the heavy metal concert here coming up here in just should be starting any time now. So
hell yeah.
But I think that's going to pretty much cover it. We're getting kind of long on time. So anybody else? Aiden, man, I love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, you're
such tips.
Tough chips. You're the same age as my son.
I know, it's just really weird. We have mentioned this every Kalashbash. It's yeah. Yeah, I have to be 26 next May.
Yeah, freaking.
I look a lot older than I actually am. I think it's the
Aiden for sure. I love my son. I love my son, and I will do anything for him. But man, freaking Aiden's so much cooler.
Mark just called me cooler than his own son. I'm sorry, Bo.
So, with that being said, anybody else want to jump in? Last words. Oh, wait, we're gonna close it out. Last 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to save the world. What's it going to be, Aiden?
To save the world?
Yeah, you got to save the world in 30 seconds with some folksy wisdom. What is it going to be?
Just be good to one another.
There you go, man.
Simple as that.
It's simple.
Don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, exactly.
Live life. Live
there
loud.
You go.
All right. Hey, Ethan, muscle shout out.
All right. Well, Aiden, thank you so much. Love you. AK Quality, appreciate it.
No, anytime.
Yeah. Doug.
Thank you, everybody.
Senpai,
Mark.
Get in there and say.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close everything down. Thank you so very much for swinging by and listening to all of our rants. If you have the ability to make it to Kalashbash in 2025, I highly encourage it. Make sure you're following Playco47. Make sure you're following Kyber Customs on all of the social media stuff. You guys will not regret this. The community is great. The shooting competition is great. The vendors are great. You're going to meet friends that you're going to have for a lifetime, and that's something I really, really do love. With all of that being said, again, appreciate you. I appreciate Atero Arms for sponsoring this podcast, and we will catch you guys next time. With that being said, don't forget to live, laugh, and LARP. Bye, y'all.